Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, I have got some little saws. We are going to be logging in the woods today, land style, East Coast style, forest style. Welcome to Man Time. Alright man, well, for today's selection of chainsaws, I am just walking through the woods and I'm going to be taking trees out maybe no bigger than 6 or 8 inches. So, perfect chainsaw for that is going to be a handsaw, especially when you need to carry a camera, tripod, and whatnot with you. I'm probably just going to fill up with gas and bar oil and take one of these two saws. I have the Stihl 020 all metal frame chainsaw from the late 60s, early 70s most likely. It has the no chain brake, and I think this style with the muffler guard on there is the what would be like the second gen or second revision of the saw. And then I've also got a 194T. I've rebuilt this on the channel, done a bunch of upgrades, so if you're interested in checking those out after you see this saw run, those are available on my channel. So let's go ahead and I think I'm going to take whichever one starts up first or easiest. And this one had some problems. Let's see how it starts. Seven-ish. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on there. What it feels like is it's not getting enough fuel on initial crack of the throttle, although it may be getting too much fuel as well. I am seeing quite a bit of moisture coming out of the bottom of the muffler. So I'm gonna try backing off the low jet first. Oh, low is all the way out. Okay, so that would make sense. So maybe it's loading up on idle, and when I snap the throttle, it's loaded up, right? And it's trying to clear out that additional gas. Okay, so what I did there, I gave it as much fuel as I possibly could with the limiters in the carb. And then I also opened up the high jet a little bit as well. So we aren't quite fully opened up on high jet. The humidity, that's one thing with carbureted chainsaws. The humidity fluctuation and the temperature fluctuation plays a big part, more so the humidity though. So it is not humid at all right now. We've had just kind of a nice cooler coming into what feels like springtime already, but we shall see. So this is going to be a good candidate to take into the field just for the heck of it. I'm going to try to fire up this old 020 because it hasn't started in a while, and I just want to see. This one was, I think, 7 pulls on choke, and then it started running great. And I don't like this Pico chain as much as the 3/8 low profile that this one has on here. Both of them are going to be now that one might be a steel chain. This one's definitely an organ chain. This one is a longer bar, 16-inch. I could take, I have taken quite big trees with this. Up to almost bar length, but let's start off by tightening this chain up as well. And then I'm gonna check the gas and get some fuel in it here. All right, well, I've checked it for fuel. It does have fuel. Chain is tightened up. Yeah, pretty tight. So, all right, this one, starting procedure, there's a start-stop switch, there is a choke lever, and then there is a half throttle button there. So let's see how many tries this one takes. "13." We'll turn choke off, leave it half throttle. Boy, that's like meeting up with an old friend for drinks, you know. It's just like, man, I haven't seen you in so long. God, you look good. Geez, let's have a drink. You know. This saw's coming with me today. Let's get to the woods. See if you can catch the parody in the video, too. So, there's a couple reasons why I picked this saw today. Some of those reasons you may have thought about. Other reasons you may not have thought about. Sometimes I just want a small saw. Other times I might want a larger saw, maybe with a larger bar. So what I'm doing today, I've got hogs like all through this area, and I've got a shooting lane like right here. I'll turn the camera and we can kind of see what we're doing here. But yeah, there's been hogs kind of like all down through here. So I'm protecting my animals, of course. But the deal is I want to be able to reach out further. And I've got branches like hanging into the lane. And where I need to shoot to, the branches are, of course, right in the way. So I'm going to be going through like these holly trees. These holly trees are just nasty. I'd like to stay out of there, you know, as much as possible. But perfect work for a handsaw. These little limbs that are sticking out, little prickly holly leaves. Let's see how the 020 is going to restart. Yeah, a lot of these holly trees are smaller. Like this one here, I can pretty much get my hand around it. But yeah, all the leaves are hanging off this way. I really want to get this one out of here, but I also want to get some of these other ones out of here that are bigger. I probably should have brought like a wedge, but regardless, we will continue on. I adjusted the idle up a little bit and leaned it up a little bit. One problem with these older saws is the fuel venting used to come from the cap, and the cap vents weren't very good, so it does kind of tend to bleed a little bit out from the top. Let's see if we can get this holly and get it pushed over this way. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. One of these, as you can see, the top is broke out of it. And then this one has all these branches overhanging here. So I want to take out both of these. See if we can do that. The first one that I want to take out is going to be this one that's kind of going downhill. And a lot of the cuts I'm going to make here are really non-traditional. Well, they're suited right for the tree, right? The tree is butted up right next to this tree. And they're almost like it's a co-growth almost. But I'm going to have to cut the notch really, really deep here. So. Not bad. Another reason why this saw is really nice is that the, at least over the 194T, it's got a larger fuel capacity, and typically the fuel does last a little bit longer in the saw. So, all right, for cutting this that's now hung in the tree, I like to come in, maybe make a little wedge in the top, and then come in from the back, let the tree just break and fall, and follow it down. Next up is this holly tree, and you know, chill out. It's a forest full of holly trees, you know. It's not like I'm cutting down the biggest holly tree ever produced by nature or anything, you know. So this one is pretty straightforward. It has a fairly good lean this way. Problem with these is once it goes to fall, all those sticky leaves, I'll call them, are kind of coming right for you because they kind of hang. So I'm going to trim off the backside here, see if I can get some sort of an exit, not really, and then try to follow it. Yeah, going this way with the lean. I'll have to just clean it up later. Yeah, so in this situation, I've got two notches, both facing that way. The trees are intertwined. There's no way one's going without the other. So yeah, deep notches over halfway, and I'm gonna see if they can just go that way because I don't have any wedges, right? So I'll cut up the small one first and then go to the big one, put in the back cut and run. That one wants to go back. So, miserable failure. You know, I thought having a really deep face cut like that on both of these, which are tied together, you know, you can just see how the branches are intertwined there. I was like, okay, well, this one, it had the right lean on it, right? And then on this one, it did not. So when I had the back cut up on this one, I can feel it pinch my bar. So on this one, you know, I was kind of careful, slowly going into it, removing down to like an 1.5 inches, and then coming in there to, you know, about, or maybe it was closer to 2 inches to start of holding wood, then coming into 1.5 inches, and that's where it ended up, and it is fully pinched. So, I don't think a windstorm's going to help me out here. This clearly did not work out as planned. If I was feeling a little more in the mood to get to rednecking, I would shoot out the holding wood. But I don't know. I'm feeling like a chainsaw would probably be the right decision here. I can come in, you know, the bar is only in the wood about this far. You know, I was cutting up and then I cut over the way you're supposed to do it, right? So you've just got a little bit of bar in there. And I was just about to pull it out and go get wedges, because, you know, that's what I probably should have done in the first place. But now it's just going to be, it's going to be a mess. And if I would have read the tree, I guess both trees as a system correctly, I would have been able to make the correct cut on the first try. Let it go this way, because great, go this way. I don't care about this way. But I didn't. But I think I can with another chainsaw. Come in here, you know, basically clip most of the holding wood here and clip most of the holding wood here, and even come in here about another 3/4 of an inch, and it should just all start laying over. Let's see if we can make that possible. Well, the upside here is it is a beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees, and forest is talking, animals are starting to move around. It's great. Okay, why doesn't everybody do this? I don't know. Anyways, what's going to happen here is most likely these trees are going to get caught in that tree, but I just want the center of gravity to be far enough that way to where as they gradually die and decay, they will eventually fall this way. So that is all I'm really looking for. I'm going to keep my plugs out on this one because I want to hear these things start popping, cracking, and snapping. So let's see if it'll start up again. That was better than I anticipated. You guys see that without the... This is great. That worked out perfect. This one came out. That one went that way. Saw's fine, I think. Yeah, saw's great. Perfect. Yeah, I saw it hanging there. I mean, I was a little concerned, but not really. All right. Since this saw came to save the day, I think I'm going to give it a little bit of its glory here and let it eat a little wood. I can't do too much. I didn't fill up the bar oil because like every other chainsaw, it leaks bar oil. But let's do a couple cuts here just so you can hear it, kind of see the damage that it can do. well, since that one was low on bar oil, I think I'm just gonna continue along here with the O2OT. But you know how some people say, like, there's no place I'd rather be, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing, no one else I'd rather be with? This is it for me. This is it. Out in the woods, after work, with a chainsaw, having fun. Oh my goodness, if you haven't tried getting out in the woods with a chainsaw, figuring stuff out, getting your bar stuck, going four-wheeling, getting out in nature, getting your truck stuck, popping a tire, having to walk back into town. I mean, those are the fondest memories I have. Going ice fishing, getting out there, having to cut your hole by hand with a hand auger. Oh, man time, right? So anyways, if you haven't tried that and you're feeling lonely or you're feeling left out or whatever, grab something fun, go out into nature by yourself on a dirt bike, in a rig, with a chainsaw, with your boots on, and have some fun. All right, that's going to do it for today on Man Time. Get out there, have you some man time too.